trended during the week. And today we will be looking at those issues, analyzing them, because our analyst is here in the studio already. So I have some of the issues here with me, and I'll be reading it out for you to hear. And along the line, I'll open up the phone line so you can join the conversation, make your contributions, make your opinion. But please remember to be civil in making your opinions heard. Try as much as possible to be civil, okay? Now, the first one I have here is households under pressure as new electricity tariff due July 1st. And Nigerians may need to brace up for tougher times as electricity tariff is set to increase by over 40% in the coming days, a development which may eventually end all forms of energy subsidy in the country. With a monthly subsidy of about 50 billion still in the electricity sector owing to revenue shortfall, the tariff hike due from July 1st may be another acid test for the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration's market reform. The administration has already removed subsidies on premium motor spirits, the PMS, which all of us already know, and that floated the naira. Decisions that have complicated the price setting of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission 2022 multi-year tariff order. All right, then I have another one, which is an estimation by World Poverty Clock. They said that over 70 million Nigerians are extremely poor. The number of extremely poor Nigerians currently stands at 71 million, according to 2023 data from World Poverty Clock. The World Poverty Clock is a tool to monitor progress against poverty globally. Tony Cole, the governorship candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, who quoted the data, also said that the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, classes 133 million people in Nigeria as multi-dimensionally poor. He spoke on Saturday in Abuja at the Nigeria Zero Hunger Symposium, organized by T200 Foundation to mark World Hunger Day and unveiling of Nigeria's hunger report. And some of the states that were mentioned that also has this that are significant in this hunger index are Yobe State. It is said that Yobe has the highest hunger index score with a score of 44.2%. And they also say that Yobe State has the highest prevalence of undernourishment, which is 27.4%. This is more than twice the national average of 12.9%. Yobe State is also said to have the highest child wasting rate of 22.5%, which is almost 3 times the national average of 7.9%. Also, the state with the second highest hunger index score is Sokoto, with a score of 42.1%. Sokoto also has a high prevalence of undernourishment, which is 24.4%. The child wasting rate in Sokoto is 18.4%, which is more than twice the national average. The report also added that other states with high hunger index scores include Zamfara, which has 37.2%, Kebbi, which has 34.5%, and Jigawa with a score of 33.9%. So these states also have high rates of undernourishment and child wasting. Then I also have another report, the third one. Here, the INEC presiding officers told the court that it is only presidential election results that refuse to upload. 3 presiding officers of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Monday told the Presidential Election Petition Court that the refusal of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, to transmit the presidential election results on election day frustrated their jobs. The officers admitted that the results of the Senate and the House of Representatives election were transmitted unhindered, and that the problems of technical hitches arose at the point of transmitting only the presidential poll results. And that is it. Then we also have the fourth one, a statement made by P2B's legal team. They said that they have submitted enough evidence to upturn Tinubu's presidency. That's coming from P2B's legal team. Then the fifth one, last week, the president appointed service chiefs and some people, including Omoyele Showole, criticized the appointment that it was tribalistic. And we know that at least 2 service chiefs are from Osun State. So Peter Nosiko is already here. Good evening, Peter Nosike.
Yeah, good evening, Bibnas.
All right, concerning the appointment of the service chiefs by the president, I want to ask, what's your own take? What's your view?
Well, the truth is that Nigerians are the easiest people in the world to rule. We are the easiest people in the world to rule. And I want to give you 6 characteristics of Nigerians that made it easy for us to rule. Number 1 is that we have very short memories. Our memories is very short. We forget easily. That's one of the characteristics of most Nigerians. We have short memory. Number 2, there's a saying that if you push a man to the wall, he will fight back. That saying is not for us. If you push Nigerians to the wall, instead of fighting back, they will melt. They will melt in the wall. They will melt through the wall and continue as if nothing happens. So Nigerians don't fight back if you put them to the wall. The third one, we don't allow anything to worry us for so long. We don't allow anything at all that to worry us for so long. That's our capacity to adapt even to worst situations is superb. Nigerians don't allow anything to worry them for a long time. We have that innate capacity to adapt to even worst situations. Number 5, we love life so much that even if we are living in subhuman form, we still don't want to die. That's the characteristic of we as Nigerians. No matter our condition, we still want to live. Then number 6, we are always very hopeful. Nigerians are optimists. We always hope that tomorrow will be better, even when there are no indices to show that that Nigeria will be better. So I've given you the 6 characteristics of Nigerians, which made it easy for us for the politicians to be manipulating and ruling us. Then those criticizing Bondamed Tinubu's appointment, for me, I'm not a Tinubu's fan, and I will never ever be. Understand? In the election, I voted P2B, and even if the election is repeated 20 times, I will still vote P2B because he was the best candidate in the election. Then for the appointments, there's what is known as federal character. And I know that could be the reason why people were criticizing him. So as a federation of many ethnic nationalities, it was decided that the sharing of power or responsibilities should always be done in such a way that it would cut across the ethnic groups which make up the federation, so that the federating units would have a sense of belonging. This is what was referred to as the federal character, that every appointment should cut across all the federating units. So, and this federal character is a constitutional issue. This federal character was formed in 1976 and was adopted in the 1979 Constitution. And the section 14(3) of the Constitution said, the composition of the government of the Federation or any of its agencies and the conduct of its affairs shall be carried out in such a manner as to reflect the character of Nigeria and the need to promote national unity and also to command national loyalty, thereby ensuring that there shall be no predominance of persons from a few states or from a few ethnic or other sectional group. The keyword there is there shall be no predominance from a few states or from a section. Understand? So, but the main reason for this national character or federal character is to bring about equality and fairness in the distribution of resources, in appointments, and in the composition of boards of public institutions, to bring about equality and fairness. So, by Tinubu appointing out of seven people in the security apparatus, two coming from Osun State, he has already failed the federal character. But Tinubu is not the only culprit here. He is doing what those before him have started. An instance, let me give you what Obasanjo did at his own point in time. When Buhari came on board, they were saying that he is a nepotist. Understand? That all his appointments came from one side of the country. I was nothing in my mind. I said that this is one of the characters of our people. We have very short memories because appointment of ministers is a constitutional issue. The Constitution said that a minister must be appointed from each of the 36 states. That's what the Constitution said. So maybe Tinubu appointing a minister from Enugu, from Cross River, which they can go to court and say that this is not right. But they have not been doing it. They have been failing in their responsibilities. So those who are criticizing Tinubu now should have started with Obasanjo. And if they had fought Obasanjo then, Tinubu would not have
followed that path.
Sure. So that's why I say that that number one characteristic of Nigerians is that they have short memories. Then number two, I say if you push, that's a saying that if you push a man to the wall, he will fight back. But if you push Nigerians to the wall,
you said will remain there and melt there.
They will melt through the wall and continue as if nothing happened. That's why we are very easy to rule. We don't fight back. We just melt through the wall and continue as if nothing happened. Because what is happening in Nigeria now cannot happen in any other country. Okay, about 6 months ago, if they tell you that Nigerians will be queuing to buy fuel at 500 naira, would you
it's
agree?
Unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
But now we are queuing and buying as if nothing happened.
Is happening.
You see it? So when during the Liberia war between Samuel Doe, Chastendo, and Jeremy Johnson, I was able to interview Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy Johnson was the guy that killed Samuel Doe. Jeremy Johnson told me that Nigerians are very wonderful people. That things will happen in Nigeria, they will be thinking that Nigeria is going to break, Nigeria is going to break. Within a week, everything will die down and people will continue to move as if nothing happened. Okay, if a public officer steals $10,000 in America, the country will come to a halt. If a public officer steals $10,000 in America, the country will grind to a halt. It can never happen. It cannot move. But here, politicians steal $100,000, $100 million, and
nothing happens.
2 days will continue as if nothing happened. If a politician steals £5,000 in Britain, the country will come to an end. But here it happens and nothing
Happens.
will continue. If it's in China, in Asia, they'll cut that person's hand. If it's in America, in China, or in America, that Accountant General of the Federation stole that money, the country will not move until that problem is solved. But now the man is moving as if nothing happened. So that is one thing that we are good at. Nothing that we don't fight
Nothing
back.
can break us.
One thing at all. Then we don't allow things to worry us a lot. We don't allow anything to our capacity to adapt as a people is superb. We can adapt even to the worst situation. And because of it, now even when in 2003, when Ngige stoned Peter Obi's mandate, and he found out with his godfather, Chris Oba, he has no alternative than to go to the side of the people and begin to construct roads. People were saying, forget that. Don't worry now. After all, he's now doing something. After all, he's now forgotten that he stole somebody's mandate. So people now. So one person that was telling me from Idemindi that Ngige has constructed a road in their local government, that the road has been there for more than 30 years. I say, excuse me, if somebody steal your money and build a hospital, will you forgive him because he built a hospital with a stolen money? And that's exactly what is happening now. They say that Tinubu is performing, that Tinubu is performing, that all of us should fold their hands because he is performing.
And forgive him.
I forgive him. Understand? Then the spokesman said that people are now saying that Tinubu is now Baba, go fast. But the truth is, foundation is very, very important.
Of course.
Process is very, very important. And the process is more important than a result. If your daughter, a 14-year-old daughter, come back with an iPhone, the question should be, how did you get this iPhone? That is it. So process is important. If the process is not addressed, nothing will go well. So that is it. And that's why, as our number 4, I said that Nigeria is a country of it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Understand? So we forget about processes. When something happens, within 2-3 days, we move on. Do you know that Nigeria cannot sustain 3 days of strike? Say government to bring out a bad policy, and Nigerians say let us go and protest. They cannot sustain 3 days strike.
Everybody wants to go back to his or her business.
I was a labor correspondent for the Sun newspaper. I was a labor correspondent. So when Oshiomhole was the NLC and president, that was under Obasanjo. When these people come out with their obnoxious policies, they say let us strike. So on the first day, 1,000 people may come out at Teju Osho, NLC office. We will march, go around. These transport workers, Nopeng, TUC, about 1,000 people will go out to march. Then the second day,
50 pesos.
the second day,
Figure will drop.
the figure will drop by over 40%. Then, to avoid embarrassment, neighbor always calls out a strike on the second or third day. Because they know after third day, they will not see anybody again. After third day. So those they'll tell you that they are negotiating with the government. What they are avoiding is embarrassment.
But don't you think that politicians understand the nature of Nigeria?
They understand now.
And that's
they
why
understand.
they are doing what they are doing.
That's why they will say, if NLC is calling out strike, they know in their mind it will not go beyond 3 days.
And the NSAS protest actually surprised them because it went for more than expected.
That's why they were mad. So NSAS was the only strike that proved the status quo. The issue is the primary objective of government is security and welfare of the people. The primary objective of any government is security and welfare of the people. Then, all the things that Tinubu has done so far, how does it impact on the welfare of the people? I want to challenge anybody. And it was alleged that he wanted that to buy 60 senators at $1 million each. How much is $1 million? That's the former governor of Zamfara State. That he want to buy 60 senators at $1 million each, and then give them houses in Abuja. So, and this is a state that is grinding in poverty. This is a state that is grinding in poverty. And I'm happy that all the states that were mentioned are in the north. And that's where poverty lives. That is where poverty lives.
They will still criticize you for saying that is where poverty lives.
Listen, I lived in the first language that I spoke was Hausa before I spoke Igbo. I was born there, understand? So nobody can tell me. I know the level of poverty there. But even now, you are talking about malnourished children. And this is very, very dangerous. Because our brain takes 20% of the food that we eat. And when the brain did not see what it will eat, it will become what? Malnourished. It will begin to it will not develop well. It will not develop well. So what they are bringing up are children that will not have well-developed brain. And this then portends danger for the country. It portends serious danger for the country to bring up children whose brain are not well developed. They cannot reason properly. That's why if you tell them go and kill, they will go and kill. Tell them go and burn, they'll go and burn. And the truth is, I'm not seeing anybody addressing this issue because the leaders there are very comfortable with it. The leaders there are very comfortable with it. You heard them when they were saying that 90% of the youth in the north are not in the internet. So that the north.
True?
That's what Atiku Abubakar says so. El Rufai says so. Other of their leaders say that 90% of the youth in the north. So that the wave that P2B is making in the internet or in the social media will not do anything there because that most of them are not on the internet. So you can see They are bringing up children that will not compete in the next 10, 20 years. There's no way somebody whose brain is not well developed can compete with others. So to me, it portends danger to the country, serious danger to the country.
All right, can we quickly go to the third one?
What's the third one?
What INEC presiding officers told the court that it was only the presidential election result that refuses to upload.
Well, the issue is this. You know, in the court, INEC has been behaving as if they are also a candidate or they are also a political party. Even the judges there, the appeal court judges there knew that the election did not go well. Everybody in the world know that the election did not go well. Okay. The INEC staff said that it was only the presidential, which is the most important. Because what people voted basically was for the presidential. Because in Nigeria, we have a president that has all the powers. So what people voted basically was for the president of the country. So then why did the House of Reps upload, Senate upload, then the most important one did not upload? So this is a question for INEC. For Mahmoud, the legal advisor to INEC should answer. But the truth is that something happened on that day. Something happened on that day. That's the truth. And it was deliberate. It was deliberate.
All right, another one here. P2B's legal team says that they have submitted enough evidence to overturn Tinubu's presidency. What's your take on that?
Well, for me, we have court of law and court of justice. So what we are now looking at now is the court of justice. And what Nigerians need is justice. Because I've never seen any presidential election that has aroused as much interest as this. That even people from outside the country are being called to give witnesses. P2B is saying that the process that led to Tinubu's declaration is wrong. Understand? And INEC is saying that everything went well. But I know that even in the mind of...
knowledge to your understanding.
Thank you so much. All right, to the WhatsApp line now. Good evening, Mr. Anosike and my sister presenter. I appreciate your in-depth analysis always. I feel we are not adapting positively, but many are sucked deep into the sentiments of ethno-religious bigotry, and so we are divided. And the divided people cannot stand together against a policy. We are, however, failing to realize that we are united in our suffering. Also, the communal lifestyle that those in diaspora see it as a duty to support those at home gives a cushion effect and shield us from our reality. Thank you for your good works. This is coming from Simi Shola Isolo, Lagos. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location, please.
Yeah, my name is Abulaji. I'm calling from Ikoton, Lagos.
All right, go ahead.
I have to commend your guest. He's actually doing justice to all he has said. You see, it is only when we learn to say things the way it is, that is when this country will move forward. We are actually hoping that the court of law, as it is called, will be the last resort for a common man. The only opportunity we have now is for the court of law to actually, for the justice to prevail. You see, we all know how the election went. The whole thing was absolutely ridiculous.
How many polling units was manned by Labour Party? So the truth speaks for itself. Well, we are expecting that the court, which is the hope of the common man, the last hope of the common man, we analyze everything and we'll see what the end will look like. All we want is justice, and we expect that the court should do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All what Nigerians want is justice. All right, Anosike, what do you have to say on all what Nigerians want is justice? But before then, let's take... Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name and location.
Yes, UK from Satellite.
All right, UK, go
I
ahead.
could remember during the Obasanjo regime, we were being on swear like the world is going to end. Oshobele was telling Obasanjo all sorts of things about the fuel. Obasanjo tell Oshobele, if you want to be an oil minister, go and join. So, what they are doing is not a surprising thing. The country itself is divided, but many people didn't see it the way Anosike can analyze it. Those that are doing one-sided, I think all of them are keeping quiet now. They cannot talk because they have done what they have wanted to do. Then, if we come to the tariff, electricity tariff, what I was saying earlier, before, let us start it from driver's license to the particulars of vehicle. So this country will not be in this way. What they keep soldiers in every country is to take care of them, protect their citizens. But our own soldier is not protecting us. Rather, they allow those. How can a common civilian will come to rule a country whereby soldiers eat? They take all the whole country, do anyhow they like. Then the soldiers start there looking for them. They are not fighting for us. If they are fighting for us, these people will not do this way. Then we remove them by force and put the people that can do well as a civilian too. So, but now they are bribing them. Soldiers are taking bribes. Go to oil place. So I think Dokumo said it last time. You know the soldiers that are taking the oil, through the oil, and the navies. So that is the problem of this country, because it's not ordinary. So somebody like me now, I'm not a soldier. We cannot go there and fight. When the citizens come out to fight for their rights, I think the same soldiers, they come and shoot them. Shoot them away. Nobody talk about them again. When people talk of they are doing it because of what they are doing, that is not good. So anyone who come now to fight them, they will use soldiers and kill them. Finish. So that is the problem of our country. It's for the soldiers' hand. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. So the problem you have in this country is soldiers, because they are not doing what they call them to do. If there's someone to work as a soldiers that are protecting their citizens in their country, this country will not be this way. All these people cannot come and use it, scatter this country in this way. This Nigeria has gone, no. It's nothing. Look at fuel now, it's 500 naira. When they talk of refinery, Dangote doing refinery in Lagos, yeah, talking about who will be in charge, Dangote. How much are we buying a bag of cement? A poor man cannot do the house now. Now, fuel now is 500 naira. Transport to East now is 30,000 naira. Yeah? Is it good? Are they not seeing it? What are they talking about now? So it is not easy, my sister. The whole country now, people are suffering because they are there now, eating that money
feeling that Nigeria is good because they can buy food stock and pack for their house, eating anything they want. If they don't know that there is people to see 500 naira in a day is very hard to get. Even a month to save 2,000 is very hard to them. And they are there doing such a thing, saying they are doing Nigeria. So I don't know what will happen in Nigeria. May God come and show himself here for them. I don't know. And another thing that will happen. When you talk of killing, people finish from north. They are killing there, killing from east. Yeah? But we have soldiers. When you hear where some soldiers are talking about this Boko Haram in the north, they say them to go there. So Boko Haram will be shooting them. They will not allow them to shoot. Because the power of government is soldiers. And nobody has power past government. Who has that power government has? It's soldiers. But our own soldiers is not working. They are corrupt. They are corrupt. So that is the problem. For this election they did now, if we have a good government or a good people that were protecting us, this election will not have in this way. For example, are you listening?
Of course, continue.
Okay, just let me cut more now. If you want to, I don't know what another country will learn from Nigeria as a giant of Africa. When time of election comes, look at our voter card. You must go where you register and vote. But when you have an account in the bank, you can go anywhere in Nigeria and collect your money. So you can do it in that way. Then you can go anywhere. If there's problem in this place, you go another place and pass your vote. All of them know that, but they use it to rubbish people anyhow, like saying human being is animal. So such life, I don't know when they will change. The most greatest person in this life is somebody who can provide something where people, generation to generation, will enjoy. That is where we are the most greatest human being on earth. Not that when you come there, then you are there punishing people. You think you are great. You are not great. You are going to hell. Because maybe God did not open the hell, let them see that it's existing. But when you sleep and dream, you find yourself somewhere, maybe the danger, you are running. Before you know, you wake up, you know that you're singing. That is to show you that human being is not ordinary. Whatever you did here, you will see yourself. You will see yourself at last. God is not sleeping. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Peter Nzige, you heard what he said.
What he said is the truth. As I said during the introduction of this program, the primary role of every government is the protection of life and property of the people, then the welfare of the people. Anything that anybody is doing outside this is playing to the gallery. So now, the welfare of the people, most Nigerians are going to bed with empty stomach. That's the fact. It doesn't.
Right, sorry, let's take this, please. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, tell us your name and location.
Good evening, Mr. Anosike.
Good evening.
Hi, you're calling from Oba.
All right,
good evening, sir.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Anosike.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
I listened to your submission. Okay? But you did not mention Okonjo-Iweala was in the cabinet of Obasanjo. It was Obasanjo that brought Okonjo-Iweala. It was Obasanjo that brought Madam due process. It was Obasanjo that brought the governor Soludo. He spent almost 5 years on Obasanjo. Governor Soludo was the central bank governor. When I say it was, from central bank governor to now governor of Anambra State. He was the one there in 2003. He was the one. It was not the day Ngige was elected. Katakata started between Ngige and Chris Oba. Before Ngige took over from Badunuju. From 1999 to 2003, 2003 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 Anambra monthly allocation was shared in Abuja.
Yes, in
It was
a make
shared.
of us house.
Go and read the letter between Obasanjo and Audubon, why Obasanjo removed Audubon. Go and see why Chino Achebe rejected this offer from Obasanjo, this GCFR or whatever.
No, CON.
I don't care this award. He rejected it because Audubon told Obasanjo that what you are doing in Anambra is not good. Okay? Ngige, Anambra has never seen anything before. So when he did this, that Gadia, he started working. After some months, he now noticed that 10 million were being deducted from Anambra allocation. And he wrote to Central Bank, why are you deducting $10 million? What is it for? They now told the sitting governor, Ngige, that it's a standing order that they are using that 10 million to buy fruit juice for Anambra elementary school students. And he wrote back to Central Bank, no. When I took over, teachers were not paid for 4 years. Nobody is giving Anambra children food. Please stop deducting $10 million from Anambra allocation. Because his predecessor, Umbanuju, all the money was being shared in Abuja. So that was what caused katakata between Ngige and Chris Uba that led to all this Okija. They kidnapped him, they did everything. He was the one, in fact, I live in the East, they call Ngige oracle of development because they have never seen it before, since 1999 to that time. Okay? And if not, that katakata start in between them. Do you think Chris Uba, they are the PDP, they went to the tribunal and told tribunal that we rig election? Do you think tribunal will now rule for Ngige? They can't. That was how, even when Obi got in, was it not as if PDP people went I think they impeached him about 2 times. When Fala and all of them telling Obasanjo that this man, Peter Obi, must spend 4 years, Obasanjo refused. He said he's going to conduct election, which he did, and made Andy Uba. Andy Uba is the brother of Chris Uba, governor maybe for 17 days or whatever, until it was Falana, Obi's lawyer, that went to Supreme Court. So they were able to get Andy Uba there, and Obi was able to come back. Because, and then when it comes to all these cases in cabinet, why I did not like your submission, Mr. Anosike. You carefully left Jonathan's kitchen cabinet. You did not talk about it. Why? If you can talk about Obasanjo, why not that of Jonathan? If you look at Jonathan's cabinet, he was Southeast dominated everywhere. Yes.
Welfare. Anything outside this is playing to the gallery. What government, whatever, any action that government wants to take, you should think of the greater happiness of the greater number of people. And anything that falls short of this is anti-people. The greater happiness for the greater number of people. That's my concern. Most Nigerians are suffering. Most Nigerians are going to bed without food.
Of course.
You are not buying fuel, no electricity. Then by September, they will introduce school fees. So this is what anybody who is in power should think of. The welfare and the security of the people. Not going from Paris to a UK. It doesn't those trips benefit less than 1,000 people in the country. Appointments benefit less than 1,000 people in the country. Understand? Or to that's Ota, where Obasanjo come from, or Abeokuta. How many people did his presidency benefit? Otuke, where Jonathan came from or comes from, how many of his people benefited? So we are looking at the welfare, and Castina remains one of the poorest states in the country because these people are not masses focused. They are not masses focused, and because we have shown them how weak we are, they are kicking us like football. And until Nigerians have a mind shift that enough is enough, it will continue to be this way. But for what he said, that if this election is done 20 times, that will get the same result. If they did not turn off the server for the presidential result on that day, Tinubu would not have been there.
And we actually saw the evidences on television. Some of us that monitored the election saw it.
If they did not turn off the presidential server, our election is done.
Even in some places, they were asked to go back home if they are not voting a particular
Most people in
party.
the Southwest did not vote. Did not vote Tinubu. Overall, what Tinubu scored in the Southwest is 25%. Let him go and check. What Tinubu scored is 25%.
Right. Let's take this. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening and welcome to the show. Tell us your name and location, please. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I want to comment on what the last caller said about that if this election is being held again, that
we'll get the same results.
Yes. And I want to ask Mr. Anotike that we should be truthful to ourselves. Call not. I was expecting it to be, because we should know that it will be the big agent in part of this polling unit. Out of 177,000 units, how many did we have? I was expecting it to win in Sokoto. I was expecting him to win in Bono. I was expecting him to win in Cornwall, Bauchi, Kogi, Niger, Gombe. Are we expecting that actually will lose woefully at Ogun, Osun, what's it called, Ondo, or Oyo? It's not possible. The truth is that, just like he said, if Atiku, Kwankwaso, and Obi has aligned together, joined forces together. Look at the election. Look at the pattern that this election has been taking place. You see that PDP has already been taking 12 million votes. And part of where PDP used to have votes is the eastern part of the country. Now, Enugu, PDP won the Enugu. Ordinarily, all these states from East should have gone to Atiku or Obi or whichever that is coming from PDP. So the truth, the fact has speak for itself. If this election is held 1 million times sincerely with this kind of pattern, Tinubu will still win. Are we expecting Tinubu? It's not even possible. Let's just look at it very well. Let this election be held tomorrow again. With these indices, because we should just know that part of where Labour Party won, where we have more elites. The truth is that everybody's tired of APC. We are all tired. Is it this mess that Buhari and the rest done? But the truth is, what I've been telling you, that if this election is being held 1 million times, in this kind of scenario that we have, Tinubu will still win. Thank you.
All right, thank you. He's still saying that if he's still held 100 times, that Tinubu will win when all the evidences are so glaring.
What are his evidences? He said that PDP won Enugu.
Enugu.
Labour Party cleared all the 3 senatorial zones, all the House of Assembly.
And
Tinubu, Atiku did not get up to 5% in Enugu.
I remember that okay.
Understand? Atiku did not get up to 5% in Enugu. Tinubu didn't get up to 5% in Enugu. So he just been sentimental.
I remember Labour Party won the East.
So he just been sentimental.
All right, we're having network issues for those of you watching us live on YouTube, but I think our network is back now. So if you can still watch us now, you can still contribute to the conversation. Our WhatsApp line is 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening to you. All right, tell us your name and location.
This is John calling from Togo State.
All right, John, go ahead.
I want something to be clear. Before there can be malpractice in an examination, there will always be someone that will pay the bill for it, and there will be someone's mistake. I'm not here to tell you that Tinubu's election was rigged or not rigged. That doesn't concern me. But the fact still remains. If there is going to be an analysis in 2027, and Obi and Atiku fail to reconcile, Tinubu will still win. Common sense. PDP elections were shared. I sent a message to Badebo the driver on the Instagram page. He didn't answer me. I told him, you can be the governor of Lagos State, but as far as the vote of Labour and PDP is shared, someone will win. They didn't know someone will win Lagos State. You know why? Because the vote of PDP was shared between Labour and PDP. I did think there was an agreement between Jandor and Badebo. I swear to God Almighty, someone will not win. So let the truth be told. For those that care to listen, this is not a time for them to be shouting here. Nobody's going to go Tinubu. Let's be fact with ourselves. We are not kids. He holds the power now. The power is in him. He controls the court, the military, everything. Nobody's going to be patient. So they let the fact be known. Tell Obi and Atiku to reconcile. Let them come back and let's see if it is possible for them to reach. Before they can reach an election, something would have happened. That's the fact. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Peter Nsike, what's your take on that?
These are the bandwagon effect mentality. Understand me? This is bandwagon effect mentality. I'm sure these people cannot be saying this 2 months ago. If Guadabos, why did P2B beat Tinubu in Lagos State? He's saying that it's because Guadabo and the PDP man shared votes. That's why Sawondo won. He forgot that they stopped a particular tribe from voting. Understand? So they are not buying. All of us are facing it. So their sentiment after saying Tinubu, go to Bodendon and take fuel.
All right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location and go ahead.
Yeah, my name is King. I'm calling from Scotland.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, may God bless the man inside the studio there.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, his camera or something, but he's been speaking the truth. I'm a Yoruba man. I knew what happened during that election. Everybody saw it. It was glaring. If the election is being contested 20 times over, and other things being equal, let it be normal playing ground. We will win 20 times over. That is the truth. We are conducting election. We are harassing a particular tribe. I was even harassed because people thought I'm a Igbo man. When I got to the police station, I couldn't vote. I wanted to vote who I wanted to vote for.
But because of the intimidation, I knew if I should go ahead and vote the man of my choice, I could be beaten free of charge. I had to go back home. And let's tell ourselves the truth. If we keep on saying this, when we saw the truth clearly, point blank, all of us are in this together. We are in Nigeria together. All of us are facing it. So if we know the truth and we refuse to say it, we are just building that tougher times for our children to come and inherit. That's the fact. What are we talking about? That it is the APC. If APC and PDP, if PDP and Labour didn't come together, APC will still win. Who told anybody that Nigerians still want both APC and PDP? The majority of people who voted Labour voted their conscience. They voted new change for Nigeria, not this kind of the new, different kind of changes everybody's been preaching about. May God bless Nigeria.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bless us all. All right. Peter Onsike, do you share his sentiments?
I say all of us are in this mess together. If you see the truth and you cover it because of one reason or the other, go to Bodendon and take fuel.
Free of charge.
Yes, go to Bodendon and take fuel. So,
all right, let's take this before we continue. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Daniel Olumide.
All right, Daniel, go ahead.
So, these people that are saying this thing, there is only one question I often ask them. Okay, do they really think that Tinubu won River State? Whenever I ask them this question, one question, do they really think Tinubu won River State? If they want to be truthful, they will say, no, okay, Tinubu did not win River State. So if they say Tinubu did not win River State, so what that means is that Labour Party won 13 states and Tinubu won 11 states. So that begins to unravel what has happened. Now, the second thing to go to is the fact that in Lagos, in the situation room monitored by PDP, they say that Labour Party won over 938,000 in their own. You say why APC got 150 something. If you get the scandal very one, you will see that Tinubu is going down and down. APC is going down. I mean, why do people see black and they call it white, and they will see white and they call it black? It's something that is so glaring. When they saw that Labour Party was heading
to be like this in our life, that is what I wish all of us. Because when you say 1993 was horrible, now you say what happened because you are on advantage path now. You think that everything is good. It's unfortunate. If they do this election 1 million times, with the mind, if they allow people without voter suppression, without this killing, without harassment, without the INEC manipulation, come on, what are you talking? When the abuse election was called by 4 a.m. in the morning, this is idea now. This is why the IRF suddenly stopped to work. Look at the lies. Look at everything. People that didn't have structure. Why were they afraid? National Assembly was uploaded. This one, only the presidential. What did they see that made them fear? Let us continue. We are together in it. Bye-bye, my sister, Jari.
All right, thank you, Obi. Let's go to the WhatsApp now. This says, there's no way truth can overpower the lie. Politicians are not enemy of themselves, but we, the electorates, are the problem of ourselves. For me, I am yet to see any messiah among those presidential contestants until all of us remove sentiment from our conscience before Nigeria will get it right. Okay, you didn't tell us your name and location. Okay, this one says, your guest should not forget to tell us about Jonathan Cabinet. All right, please, when you write your messages, tell us your name and where you're writing from. Okay, this one says, I agree with him. Security remains the #1 priority, and any government that failed to provide this is a failure. INEC chair said Tinubu scored only 25% in the West. That is hilarious. Okay. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm cool.
All right, tell us your name and location.
Adimosho.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
Okay, look at, you see, the problem we have in this country is, I don't know, maybe I will call it tribalism. Because if you look at the election, that's it, I mean, will be war. But I knew they will win the election. You understand? Because of the ruling party. They are the ruling party. They will rig, and everybody knows that the election was rigged. And they say, we don't like it, take it to court. Go to court. They will continue to adjust it. You will know what happened. And Nigeria is a shameful country. Nobody wants to say the truth. We all saw everything. You know now, they rig this election now. All the way they carry go court. Nothing will come out of it. This man will spend 4 years, either you like it or not. What are you going to do? I just think God should help us. Because not look at it now. The fuel, the liter of fuel now is 500 naira. Some place 600. How are we going to? What are we going to do? And very soon now they want to increase the electric gas. Where are we going to get the money from? And nobody is going to say anything. This man will rule for you. You're not going to. Who want to impeach him? Nobody. That's what I'm saying. The election was rigged. Abi, now look at it now. You people, look at it. This election was rigged. What are we going to do? Beg my sister, well, let's watch and see the way how these things will go.
All right. Thank you. We are always on the watch out. All right. Thank you so much.
Well, I want to react to what Obi said. Obi said that because some people are at the advantage position, nobody is on the advantage position. That's the truth. All of us are in the same mess. Those people, they will not even cross beggar to Abuja. Some idiots who were fighting at the newspaper stands, Sai Baba in 2015, today are still begging. And that's how it will be. So none of them is on any advantage position. All of us are together. Tinubu don't know them. They don't have any access to anybody. What affects you is going to affect them.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
I'm not happy with you. You have not picked my call since.
I'm so sorry. so sorry.
Mr. Anosike, good evening, my brother.
Good evening.
All right, tell us your name.
You are laughing because you hear the John Legend, Abby.
All right, John Legend, go ahead. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
Mr. Anosike.
Yeah?
You see this mess we put ourselves into. We cannot come out of 8 years. We have done the 8 years. Now we are going to another 8 years. That's 16 good years. So when you minus 16 good years, the armrest, and you minus a fool at 40 in that 16 years, you know how many years remaining for us to be a fool at 40. Because why? I will tell you, I can bet my life with it that in this election we did, nothing can come out of it. We will be just running around every week, every day. They will going to bring next week, and you hear another thing. They will bring another thing so that we can continue to discuss about it till the next year. After next year, till the upper year, after upper year, we don't talk about a new election. Now they will come and start building small roads. I know what I suffered during the time of this election. I know what I suffered too. What I am trying to tell you is this. Sanwo-Olu, Shebi, he was going from one place to the other, one shop right, one church, he's clapping hand, even turned himself into usher, and even almost turned himself to bishop and what I don't know, even choir. Let me tell you something. He had finished his job. Now, after this one, now he is now going to be neither a minister or whatever. I don't know. They are using also. You know that even in that your studio, they will not allow you to say the truth. So, Mr. Anosike, the truth is that let that man that said that P2B did not win this election, let him bet his life. Let him bet his life, bet his children, bet in all his entire family. I, John Legend, will bet all my entire family that P2B won this election, far even of what we are giving him now. I bet my life, I bet my children, I bet even my entire family that P2B won this election without, without even going to tribunal. They are just using this tribunal to cajole us. You understand? They are just using this tribunal to just tell us, say, the more you see, I don't even know what to say. Because why? I am still telling you, this country, you see, we are working now. Very soon, we cannot hold all this nonsense again. We cannot. Igbo man is not really low. For how many years now, Igbo man have not been the president, but nothing can come out from the president. They say Igbo man will not rule. Yes, we accepted it, but they are the only one ruling. Till now, I have not seen anything. The Northerners and the Yorubas that have been ruling this country have used Nigeria. They are only giving us half patient. When it comes to Igbo turn, they say Igbos are not supposed to rule. It's their turn, and they won't ruling. Till now, we have never seen anything in this country. Right? Only half patient. Tinubu have told us to have patient. We are having the same patient. After him now, he will look for another person. Either this one, Kaduna governor, will take over. We will have patient. I rest my case. But the truth is this: a day shall come. Even them cannot live in that as a rock because they have built Boko Haram. They have built herdsmen against the diplomacies. Thank you.
Thank you, John Legend. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I am fine.
All right.
Thank
Tell us
you
your
very
name and location.
Thanks. I'm calling you from Isolo.
All right. Go ahead.
I just came in and I just listened to other people's contribution. I did not hear when the analyzer was making his own summit, but I just threw all what the people have been saying on the phone. I just tried to take my own interest.
Okay.
Now let us be very sincere to ourselves. During the election time, even before then, I listen to most of radio stations, but I don't call them. It's only when I come across the voice of the people that I say, okay, this is my radio. I start calling.
Thank you.
I was one of those people that campaigned seriously that people to go out and register so that they can vote. My point at the time was that INEC would not be counting prayer points, but our votes. If you go to your this thing, you will see it there. Now, at the end of it all, Nigerians came out en masse to vote. And what even makes that vote very interesting was what the INEC chairman was saying, that with the BIFA, everything is going to be very free. You go all over the world to campaign and telling Nigerians that that election will be free, fair, credible, and accountable. And at the end, what do we have? We conducted 3 elections on that day. The House of Reps, the Senate, and the President. And every other thing worked well until when it came to the presidency. The server started getting problems. About 2 days ago, what did they tell us? They tell us that INEC people, they landed, what did they do? A novel or a book instead of the people vote. And you can see what is happening. See, to me as a person, I never call this man his name. I only say the man at the aim of affair of this country. I am waiting for the court to give me the verdict. Tell us how he won. Maybe there was something we never know, and there was something the voter did that was wrong, and at the end of it all, if because this is true and this is this and he won, I will now call him that name. But for now, I don't call him that name because I know he was never the will of the people. Let us even be sincere. If the whole world, if all Nigerians are maybe they are fraudsters, does it make fraudsters and a genuine thing? Does it make it good thing? What is good and what is bad is bad. Let me tell you something. This as much as we refuse to acknowledge the truth, we would never go free. And any country, any situation, any nation that do not count justice as one of the key points, that countries never know. What are they telling us? They just came into power. Before you know, they are talking about to increase the tariff in electricity. When Nigerians are suffering, when people are cannot eat, maybe you don't go around. If you go around, you will see how people are suffering, how people are lamenting. Things are not working the way it should. Let me even ask, if it is a country, I believe in 1960, Nigeria would have had a free-born water in all the nations. Just free water. I don't talk about anything. If any government that came in, just do that water for 8 years. I think we don't be talking about what I did. Another person came in and do roads. You know, ask the nation, we have good roads. We will not be talking about good roads again. Another person came in, just take only one thing. If it is education, now you know that every Nigerian will go to school, best school, everything will be in order. But what do we have? At almost how many years? We are still crawling, we are still working as if we don't have techniques. Please, let us wait. When the president gives us the verdict, then we will know. Next step to go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, but President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still your president and our president. All right, Peter Nsike, what do you have to say about... Okay, I think we are still getting calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, my sister.
Good evening.
Thank you for the good work you people are doing.
All right. Please
And
tell us your
brother
name
who
and
is there,
location and go ahead.
I thank him also. He is speaking well. You see what I want to say about what is happening in this nation. First of all, my name is Mr. Anyao Bushina.
Okay.
So I just want to tell people, all the people that are annoyed in different ways.
Adjust the audio of your radio set. We can hear ourselves from your conversation.
Okay, I've off it.
All right, go ahead, please.
You are hearing me now?
Yes.
You see, the truth is not buried, but they have tried to bury truth in this nation, Nigeria. But what I know for sure, you see this new Nigeria, we all are desiring. One day, it will emerge. Whether Nigerians like it.
Even Tinubu failed in the Southwest. Because why? Youths, well-meaning Nigerians, know that things are not going in the same direction. And you cannot continue to be doing the same thing and expect the same result.
Or different results.
APC has ruled for 8 years. Another APC will be a disaster. That's why the vote went that way. So it was not about the PDP members, APC. It's about aggrieved Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians that voted. So saying that PDP and Labour Party and Kwakwaso shared vote is not true. The youth constitute over 60% of those that voted in 2023, and they have not voted before. They just voted because they want a new Nigeria, which those who believe in status quo don't want, because they are benefiting from the rot in the society. And as I said, we have left the court of court of justice. If the appeal court judges fails to give justice, it won't only affect them, it will affect their children and grandchildren. With that, I rest my case.
Thank you so much, Peter Anosike, for resting your case. And I said thank you to our listeners, as well as those persons who called us into the show to make their comments and contribution. Thank you so much, and do well to join us same time next week as we bring another issue, major issues your way. Thank you so much. On that note, I say do have a lovely Saturday evening.
But for you, I guess you moved on really easily. You found a new girl and it only took a couple weeks.